Kia ora. Scorpio, thanks for joining me. This is your reading, your story for this week with the full moon in Aquarius happening, excuse me, as we speak. Let's get some cards out for you, and do subscribe and like, comment. Really helps to keep this channel going. It's really wild and woolly where I am today. The wind and the sun is out. So let's see. Scorpio, thanks for joining me. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'll just get one more card for you. We always go through and clarify. Oh, this is good. Okay. We come out, Scorpio, we come out for the full moon in Aquarius with the Ace of Wands, vitality, creative acumen. It's all pretty amazing. I'm just going to have to pause for a moment. Forgive me. We'll just pause. I'll be back in a tick. Okay, let us see. So we come out with the beautiful Ace of Vitality, as I said, nurturing. Maybe you are nurturing yourself a bit more, Scorpio. Life force, it is the essence of, and you're taking it on your throne. We've got the Queen of Swords here. Truth, your truth. Go with your own truth. It's very clear to you. It's very clear to you at this current time, and you've got the energy, and with the energy, the force is with you, Scorpio. We've got the Nine of Wands. We see a tension in this card. In some decks, it's described as, the wounded warrior, that kind of archetype where we're basing our decisions or reactions based upon what has happened to us in the past. I think you're overcoming that, Scorpio. Solar lunar tension here, that ninth wand. This card is called Strength in the Thoth deck, because it has to be in this Nine of Wands. We're nearing the end of a cycle. There has to be that kind of tension that moves us through into and through that Ten of Wands, which is, we know the Ten of Wands, we know what that is. It's something we release ourselves from, and I think you are actually in this process with these cards, releasing yourself from a past cycle. You're just about nearing the end of it. And we've got this beautiful Prince of Discs coming up. So all the groundwork has been done. The work on the ground has been done. And you're combining this Ace with that work. And that work in this tangible world has built up through this whole process. That includes this Nine of Wands. And there's a slow release in this card. There's also a great emphasis on reliability, and that the right things have been planted at the right time. And we see it coming through with the Two of Wands, called Dominion, your authority, Scorpio, your resources, your authority, and you know how to utilize that. You're not harking back to default mechanisms, behaviors from the past. So let's go through and clarify. I just had to stop. I could see half of my fence about to blow away in the wind, so I've just tied it up. I hope it's okay. Let's look at the Ace of Wands here, this gift. We get the Five of Cups. This is a piece of that past. And it's suggesting here that you have actually understood how you can change your perception of any given situation or scenario at any time. This gift of sort of vitality and a fresh new level of energy is allowing you that. And does it not? When you think about it, does it not? It can just be one experience or a chain of events where we recognize that this is happening in our lives, where we recognize that this is a gift for us at this time, that ace. And so with the Five of Cups, it is a card of melancholy, of a lesson learnt in terms of we need to understand what loss is in order to know and understand how we are able to shift our perspective and see what we do actually have left, which is two beautiful cups, right? So it's a whole change in the way that you're looking at whatever's going on in your life, Scorpio. Queen of Swords here. Queen of Swords, messages coming through pretty quickly because you've taken on the mantle of that queen. There's no external confusion. There's no interrupting frequencies around you, if you look at it like that. That queen is just completely, like all the queens, unwavering in their strength and their qualities. And we see with that Queen of Swords, like the mental acumen and clarity is beyond crystal clear. We have the Eight of Wands, messages coming through, immediate communication, clearing of any kind of fog or mist, things moving very quickly and beginning to move very quickly. Let's look at the Nine of Wands, please. Nine of Wands. Just one card for Scorpio, please. Nine of Wands for this beautiful full moon in Aquarius. What have we got? We've got Judgment. And this was, look, I mean, it sounds cheesy to say this was meant to be. Scorpio, meant to be. Sort of marginalises the work that you've put into it. Natural law. We can't live a life where we are simply reacting in a way in the present that doesn't belong in the present. We're carrying all the memory of something else from another time that doesn't belong here. It's an interesting concept, isn't it, when you think of time in relation to behaviours like that. So we've gone beyond it. We've surpassed that. We have understood that. And we've let it go. Judgment is natural law. It's the way of everything, which is balance and holism that we strive for. So it's a beautiful thing. Speaking of strong winds, I mean, it's like there's a wind just blowing through this whole reading, Prince of Discs, please. For Scorpio, it's slow release. The Hierophant, or as they say, the Pope. Keys, the hand gesture of understanding something quite fundamental about where you are right now, about your own development, about the lessons that you learn every day. By understanding and integrating certain behaviours, Scorpio, we can often get given a key by the Hierophant. It is a I like to think of it as like a confirmation that you've passed through a new doorway of learning and that you get to pass through many more. Hierophant can also be a mentor, someone that you're working with, someone that's assisting you along that path and through those doorways, those new doorways. It's a wonderful card to get. Now we're looking at the Two of Wands. Scorpio. Dominion. Having a very clear understanding about what your resources are and how you're going to utilize those in your position in your world. We have the Four of Discs. Can we afford to let something go now that we know what we know? Can we afford to let something go? Four of Discs, very solid and secure, very earthbound card. Can we afford to let something go, one of these discs, in order to get things moving? Because we still need to get things moving. Things are moving, but we need to go with it. Ten of Discs. Lineage, our family history, what we value, what is wealth to us. All of those questions I think you probably have been asking yourself in recent times. Is there an inheritance involved here somewhere, Scorpio? There may well be. Were there obligations around that? Family obligations. Have you understood how to work with that for your own highest good? You know, these are questions that are just sort of coming up with these cards. Remember to take time out, Mikla Muckle, and have some fun. Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairies. It's time for a bit of lightheartedness here. It doesn't have to get that serious, you know. For some of you. Wow. Scorpio. My gosh. The journeyman just flew out. Yeah. There's an opening here. There's definitely an opening up. Journeyman is simply a character, an archetype like the Fool, taking off fresh and new. But there is support. There's support with that beautiful little journeyman. Now, can I get you a little rock mineral crystal card to take with you along your journey this week? Wow. Air, speaking of wind, it's got the four elements. Oh, and fire. Well, I hope there's no fires going on where you are, Scorpios, if you're watching me. In some terrible fires in Greece and various places. So we have air and fire, not necessarily not necessarily a rock or mineral this time for you, Scorpio. Air, we have communication, imagination, independent and witty. That is you. And fire, passionate creation, travel and courage. Scorpio, quite lateral, quite expansive, quite strong reading for you, Scorpio. So I hope you got something from this wee storyline for you this week. Thanks for joining me. Do subscribe, like, whatever. It's much appreciated. And take good care over this full moon in Aquarius. And we'll see you next time, Scorpio. Ka kite. Bye for now.